Today's episode is sponsored by one of my favorite rap labels, Front Row Regale. Started by my good friend Rock City Mark, legendary rapper Ito, and Jay Rios, they are the go-to for real hip-hop. Make sure to check out the whole team, including DJ Doo-Wop, Jay Black, Nice to Future, Boo Boo the Prince, Reno RX, and Uwop Diggs. Follow Front Row Regale on all platforms and check out the New York by Ito and DJ Doo-Wop out now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Over.
Literally, I do not remember the last time I was hungover. Like, I must have went hard last night.
I was like, he was partying.
But yeah, I was doing a comedy festival, and afterwards it was open bar, and I was like, it was just you woke up and you're like, oh shit, what did I do last night?
I ain't gonna lie, that liquor shit, man. When it get to me whenever I smoke. I'll be drunk as hell and I'll be lit as hell, and then I hit the blunt or something like that, and my shit just be spinning. And I'm like, nah, it's over with. Now I'm searching for a toilet and shit. I can't even walk.
When's the last time you had a hangover?
It's okay, huh?
When's the last time you had a hangover?
I was at this club that well, it's not a club anymore, but like it was this club called Easter Room, and we used to, like, me and like a bunch of the SaveMoney guys, they used to like let us literally treat this club like it was ours. They used to tell us like, yo, like y'all could come in whenever, y'all gonna skip the line, we gonna let y'all in, y'all go to the bar and get drinks. The bartender's gonna serve y'all for free. Just tip them. Like, this is y'all club. If y'all have a problem, tell the security. We'll slam their ass for you. All that, all that shit. I feel like, man, one night I was there and I feel like it was Oreo's birthday, and he was DJing, and it was packed, and I kept going to the bar getting shots and shit for a lot of people. You know, it used to be the thing. We used to walk to the bar and be like, yeah, let me get some. People were like, damn, you ordering all these shots the whole time. I'm getting it for free like a
They
motherfucker.
think you're spending bank. You're
I'm
like,
spending real money out of. I'm ordering 10. Hey man, I need. Oh, you want one too? My bad. Oh yeah. Hey yeah, give me two more. They're like, damn, you just ordered 16 shots in like 2 minutes. Hold on, what's going on?
He's balling with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, hey, man, I just got that shit for free. Man, you just spent the bottle on shots in 2 minutes. No,
That's
it was
like
free.
that's like with free weed. Like, I'm not gonna complain, but whenever I get free weed, it's almost like you don't enjoy it as much because like part of it is like the fun of getting it or being able to be like, damn, I got some good shit right now.
That's it. Yeah. Usually when you get free weed, it's never like not good.
Yeah. No one's giving
Somebody
away their
giving
top
it
shelf
away,
shit.
like, man, yeah, oh, yeah, this is just some shit I could give away.
Yeah. Or people will ask to like pay me in weed, and I'm like, all right, but like money's cool too. Like,
Yeah,
I'll go get the shit I want.
I could go buy, right. Like, you give me the money, I could just go buy the weed that I want. You gonna have, if you trying to give it away to pay for something, you this ain't selling.
It's
Because you're about
that
to make
funny.
money.
I tried to stop smoking during the day, but then I'm just hitting these pens, and it's like, to me, I'm like, I'm not smoking weed, but then it's
The
basically
pens,
the same thing.
the pens are crazy. I ain't gonna lie, my younger homies got me on the pens and shit. Like, me and fried, we somewhere fried as hell, and it's like you just want to keep smoking, so you just
Exactly. Yeah, it's not even the high because once you hit a level, you're like, it's
yeah,
whatever.
it's like the act of actually smoking and shit.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's man, I've been a fan of you for a minute since 2013, I feel like when I first heard your project, but it's not like it's hard to find shit out about you, bro. Like you keep your shit, I feel like under wraps. I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
and doing this.
yeah. Nah, I definitely try and because I still, even with how long I've been doing music and putting out songs and professionally and having like a fan base and shit, I still feel as if I haven't given like people who are genuine fans of me a real run and push because and this is why I still, not to say like this is why I still do it because I love making music. It's therapy for me and shit. But like this is why I feel like I'm still like going because I feel like I've never given 100% like my full, like I'll be seeing people like peers of mine that are rappers from Chicago and they like they whole life is dedicated to that shit and like I try to do that, but I have so much shit going on in like real life. Like I have, my neighborhood where I'm from, and it's just it be shit going on like with that, like other neighborhoods I gotta work, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I've always tried to keep the life on some street shit
Mhm.
separate from my music life. Like, because I never wanted to be branded like the drill rappers and shit like that. And I always felt like it was actually some Fed shit to be all in your songs talking about what's going on in real life. Like I'm not trying to go to jail.
Yeah,
Like
nah,
I'm
nah, for real.
actually,
They're using that shit now. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like they're actually using it now. And I said this shit back then, 10 years ago. I'm like, I'm not trying to talk. Why the fuck would I tell on myself? That's dumb as hell. Like I
Yeah.
want these people to think like I'm gonna give you an example. I'm fighting a case right now. Also something that's not glorified on the internet. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh no, I'm not posting a mugshot. Oh, I got a gun case, and you know that's dumb as hell. Actually, it hurts you. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't problem on their hands. People don't want to pay a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's dumb. People think that like I don't know what this notion with these younger rappers and shit like that. They feel like they gotta like do the dumbest shit in the world until somebody scoops them up and changes their life and shit. And the dumb shit is what helps people come change their life. That's what they literally think that. But yeah, like I'm fighting a gun case and when I went to court at preliminary before we went to the Cook County court, the officer came to court and it was the last day too. I thought I was gonna get it thrown out. They got it take 30 days for them to indict you. So if you get a few continuouses and they go past that 30 days, they have to throw it out and shit. 'Cause that's the statute of limitations to indict you. So this is the 30th day.
Yeah.
It's my court date. I'm like, oh shit, if they don't come today, I get to throw this shit out. Like, fuck. Man, I go in there. I'm looking because I'm looking for the officers that I seen arrest me. They were all like white or Hispanic. After the last Hispanic dude went up for another case, I was like, yes, they not here. Then they called my name. And some black guy, bald black guy I've never seen. I'm like, you wasn't even there. What the fuck? I don't remember you. You didn't arrest me.
Yeah.
But whatever. He goes up and he talks and he literally lets the public. It's like this is before I hire a real lawyer. He let the public defender eat him alive. Like at the, on when he was talking to the judge, like he looks like an idiot. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And when I was leaving, I was going to the car. My homie was outside waiting for me. I'm walking to the car. He literally chases me down. And he's like, yeah, like man, bro, like I looked up your music. I know who you are, and I looked up your music, and like you make great music, and like you don't look like none of the guys that end up in this position. Like you don't talk about none of that stuff. You seem like a very good kid, like based upon the music that I've heard. And I feel like as a black man, I don't want to see another black man who really isn't um causing real trouble to go down like a real troublemaker. So I'm going to say whatever I can to help you get out of this situation. This is the police officer saying this shit to me.
Wow.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Literally chased me down as I'm like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, you an officer. What you want? You rape literally, like
Yeah,
dog.
literally in the fucking
No
courthouse
exaggeration.
parking lot. Yeah.
Like chased me, and I'm like, bro, what the hell? And he tells me that shit, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy because I literally said this shit. Now, what if I was talking about all this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? In my shit, you know, he would have been like, oh yeah, this is just another one of these Chicago, you know what I'm saying, rappers that
Yeah.
want to run around toting guns and causing trouble to make it with their rap career. But see, I'm doing the opposite. Actually, I feel like most of those guys who talk so much in their raps, they're either stupid because they're telling on themselves, or they ain't doing this shit for real.
Yeah.
You ain't doing shit. You talking about this shit on a fucking song. Like that shit. Like police hear this shit. You ain't do shit for real. People who really like, I know people who really, really play the streets, who really do a lot of shit. These motherfuckers don't kick it on the internet.
They
Like
don't want.
they
They don't have The people who I know who make the most money, no Instagrams. They don't want to be an artist. They're not trying to
don't
rap.
want to do
They
none of
have
that. They don't
They
want
are
to be
doing
a
what they're doing. Exactly.
exactly. They're like they don't want the spotlight because it's like, bro, I can really go to jail behind
Yeah.
this shit. So it's like I
Or
don't
as
know.
you said, you have to put everything into it. Like you have to push really. So to be successful at anything, you got to put
Exactly.
everything into it. It's not like
Exactly.
they can be the head and also be put in the studio 24 hours a week, or a day.
But that's literally what my battle has been like these past 10 years is like being a person that's like literally 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And like I be feeling like I'm doing a disservice to people who really like believe in me as an artist because I've never given the effort. And people like, it'll look like I have. It'll be like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, like you have like so many projects and like you have songs that have millions of streams. You toured, and I'm like honestly, like a lot of that shit just happens. Like
Yeah.
just go with it. Like you know what I mean? Like the music, I've never been a person who sits in the studio. Like I always tell people, like if I had the time and the opportunity to just sit in, like artists, they just sit in the studio. They always in the. I don't do that. Like
Yeah.
if I go to the studio and I record something, like I don't miss. It's like I
Yeah.
go in there, I record, that shit get used. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have many songs that I'm just recorded that isn't going to get used and shit like that. I don't have throwaway songs and shit like that. Like if I make a song, that shit gonna be hot and that shit gonna get used somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or it's gonna be in queue to be used at
Yeah.
some point in time. Like it's gonna like I don't just go in the studio and like and I tell myself, I'm like, bro, if I had the time and the opportunity to only think about music, like I don't have to think about, hustling or making sure these guys are straight, making sure my kids are straight, my woman, you know what I'm saying, my family and shit like that. Like I staying alive and shit. Like if I didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about all of that and like I had the means and shit like that to just solely focus on making music, I feel like it would be so hard for people to fuck with me. Is kind of crazy. Because like even now, like because I still get better with time because I'm getting older, experiencing new things and expanding my my mind, so my vocabulary is expanding it, just shit like that. And like it's very hard for people to rap on songs with me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking about my peers, like my homies and shit like that. Like we started making a SaveMoney album and shit. And I can guarantee you every song that I've touched, whether it's and I love these guys to death. These are all my homies. I love y'all to death. If y'all watch this, y'all I love y'all to death. But y'all not fucking with me right now. Y'all can hear that shit. Y'all know I'm burning shit right now.
So there's a new Save Money album coming out.
Yeah, like we're working on it. We're trying to yeah, I did just slide that in there like that. Did just slide that in there, yeah. Like,
I'll let a lot of shit rock, but of course I had to
like,
call
oh, wait,
attention to
you
that.
ain't just said that they working on the Save Money albums and shit that people have been waiting for us to do for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're like, and it's still in the works and it's still definitely in the beta stages, but at least we can say like we have a foundation for it. Like we have like a nice cluster of songs that you know what I mean, like it's we definitely getting that, you know, the way it kind of was in 2013. Like I did a song with it's a song that me and Chance and Vic and Joey did. Like it's a you know, like we don't
Yeah.
how long it's been since it's been a song with all of us on it like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was actually their idea. Like they named the song after me. It's called Sko Walk. And that shit started in our group chat, like on some random shit. Like I wake up and there's hella messages in the group chat and I'll see my name. What the fuck are they talking about? So I go up, I'm reading up, and I literally forget where it actually started because I didn't scroll up that far. But I seen them saying like, yeah, we should make we should make the Sko Walk. We should make a song called Sko Walk. And they was like, yeah, what was the Sko? And it was really Vic. He was like the one who kind of made it serious.
Yeah.
Because he was the one taking the initiative and shit and was like, I don't know, what would the beat be? Or like, how would we make the Sko Walk? Like, what would the hook sound like? And ooh, ooh, ooh. And then he puts a beat into the chat. Like, this should be the Sko Walk beat. And it's a beat from Nez. It's a beat from Rio, from Nez and Rio, the producer.
Yeah.
Well, they don't produce together anymore, but they used to. It was Rio produced the beat. And listening to him, like, damn, this shit is hype. And then a couple minutes later, Chance sends like he made a hook to the shit. Like it was like 3 minutes later. It was like another fucking file from Chance, and it was a hook. And he's like, yeah, this the Sko Walk hook. He was like, what the fuck? How you do this shit that fast? But we ain't gonna argue with it. And then Vic's like, man, I'm gonna fly in tonight and we gonna do the Sko Walk for real. I'm like, is they serious or is this still a joke? Like, because I sound like y'all not playing. And then he literally calls me later on that night around like 9. He's like, man, bro, come to the studio. Me and Joey here. We making a Sko Walk. I'm like, for y'all really doing this dumbass shit? Like y'all funny.
You're like, I thought it was a bit. I thought it was April 1st
yeah,
right now.
I was just like group chat, like funny jokes and shit. Like, no, y'all dead ass serious. I'm like, okay, so take a Uber over to the studio, and me, Vic, and Joey literally like created 2 verses for me and Vic, but like together. Like we were writing the verses, but we didn't write them down. We were like just coming up with the bars and then recording it. You feel me? We recorded Vic's verse, and then we recorded my verse. And we was literally like, it felt like 2012. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're literally in there bouncing ideas and lines, like giving each other like, no, say this, like this, say this, like that's how we used to, you know what I mean? That's how we used to make a lot of songs together, especially the ones that were, you know, crew joints and shit with like multiple guys on them and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the Sko Walk started the idea of everybody starting to make songs together again, because that Sko Walk is it's technically my song because I mean it got my name on it and shit, like so like yeah, like
it's literally your song, yeah.
Like it's literally my song. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna put that on my next project and shit. And here's another take. That song will be an album joint. in comparison to all of the other songs that's from my album. You know what I mean? The songs
Yeah.
that I have in the store, like that's I damn near forget I have that song until I'm listening to. I let my project play um, the whole way, and then I hear it. I'm like, shit, who got a fucking song with me, Joey, Vic, and Chance? Like that's crazy. People are gonna tweak off that. Like you put that
Yeah.
out, I'm like, damn, there's a song with all of them on it again. Like you know what I mean? They're gonna
I
tweak
mean,
off
that
that.
is legendary, but it's really cool that you guys still fuck with each other because I feel like
Yeah,
it either goes one way or the other. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
no.
most
It
times it
was
goes
like
bad.
it
So
was some bullshit. You know, everybody like we're all brothers, and it's not really like it's not a music foundation. Like we're really like our friendship was the foundation. Like
yeah.
music came like the only people who wanted to be rappers when we were teenagers were me and Vic and Chance. Like Kami wasn't a rapper. Joey wasn't a rap. We had to force Joey to be a rapper. We literally tricked him into shooting his first video.
How did you trick them?
Tricked him. Tricked him. We told him that we was going to a kickback and we was gonna it was gonna be a bunch of women and shit like man, we gonna go to kickback and these bitches and shit. Woo, woo, woo. And he get there and it's Austin Beasley with a camera setting up motherfucking like the setting up the video. He's like, what the fuck going on? Boy, you finna shoot a video. This the kickback.
It was
We
like an
all broke.
intervention. It's like you brought him to an intervention.
Like, bro, what? Like, yeah, your ass finna shoot a video, motherfucker. I we literally had to make him. We had to literally force him to even rap, like because Joey was so good at freestyling. We used to be walking around downtown on Chicago Avenue and shit like that, and Joey would be like when we would freestyle and shit like that. Joey would be so good. We'd be like, bro, your ass need to rap. You bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck you doing, man? Nah, I ain't rap. Trying to be too cool and shit. This weekend looking ass. He want to be he want to be over cool and shit. Like, man, look, your ass need to rap. And I feel like my friend, our friend Trey, he's actually he's not like I still talk to him and shit, but he's not that close with everybody anymore because
Mhm.
of the shit that happened between him and Vic. Him and Vic were like close as hell, best friends. Like if you look at old pictures, you'll probably see Trey. It's a skinny motherfucker, skinny, dark skinned guy. It's a little tall and shit. He was always with it. And, yeah, like some shit happened. But like Trey was like a real like, you know, pivotal like homie. And he made a lot of he actually made beats for us at in the beginning. Like he made all of Joey's first like songs, like the Just and
Oh
shit.
wow.
He made the Just beat. He made all of that shit with that leather corduroy shit that they were doing. Him and Kami in the beginning, like the
Yeah.
Nightmare on Chicago Ave and all of those beats and shit, like the Bleed beat, like Trey made all of that shit. And he actually made a few of my first joints too. He made Peace of Mind. He made the Peace of Mind beat.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, Trey made the Peace of Mind beat. And I'm trying to think of another beat he made. He made the intro to Mafioso as well. With
Oh
my mom.
really?
Yeah, when my mom's talking and shit.
Yeah.
That beat, he made that beat as well. Like Trey was like he was lit. Like he
That
was
intro is one of my favorite tracks.
yeah,
With your mom talking for real.
yeah, but
That's a beautiful way to start a project.
yeah, he was like he was a beast. Like he had a currency placement too. He made the new Jet City intro. And
Oh shit.
yeah, like and it's crazy because this motherfucker don't make beats no more. He don't like he don't do
Yeah.
shit. He think he want to be America's next top scammer and shit now.
But I feel that in a way where it's like, all right, I'm a comedian, but I think I'm a comedian because like I wasn't funny. So I wanted to prove that I was. You know, like if you're in your mind, you're like, I know how to do this, then there's
Right,
no point in growth. You know, like I'll talk
right,
to Benny and Benny will be like, man, I'm up next. Like, and you're to everyone, it's like, Benny, you're the biggest fucking rapper around, you know?
right. Yeah, he
And
coolest.
to him, he's still hustling, he's still grinding, but that's what like the true growth comes from. Because if you're
Yeah,
just like, I'm the best, then why would you want to, you know?
I actually really fuck with Griselda, like Benny and them, because they well, number one, they can rap, but I love how they fuck with my guy Vic Spencer hard. Like
Oh,
they
Vic Spencer's a friend of mine. I feel like I might be doing the intro on his next album with Seb Bet.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, Vic Spencer is literally they don't like I know a lot of people in Chicago don't give Vic his flowers and shit like that, but like Vic is one of my closest friends, as well as like he's literally one of the people who like helped us start this shit. Like my first blog post, Fake Shore Drive post, was a song I did with Vic Spencer. So was Vic Mensa's first blog post, and so was Chance's first blog post from Fake
I
Shore.
had no idea about that actually, because
No, like Vic is
Vic is
literally
Vic is so legendary though. He was episode I think like 100 of this podcast.
yeah, like Vic literally he helped us like in the
Yeah.
beginning, like, helped us get in the studio. Like he would pick us up and shit like that. Like and I remember Vic homies used to be like, why you kicking it with them little young ass niggas? And he used to be like, man, these motherfuckers like they're special.
Hmm.
And we saw that shit before anybody else saw that shit in all of us. Me, Vic, Chance, Joey, he saw that shit in us from the beginning. And like shit got a little weird between them because, Vic was like, he kind of felt like they didn't reach back for him like he reached for them in the beginning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which kind of is a little true. You know what I mean? And but me personally, I never like I was in Vic's wedding. I was the youngest person in his wedding and shit. What the hell?
And he's still incredible. Like I want to that his newest album, If George Bush Was Cool, is so fire. Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah, no, like Vic is literally like he literally pushed us. Like if you talk to Vic, Vic still has like when I went to 'cause I just went to Vic's 10-year marriage anniversary because I was in the wedding. So when I was over his crib, he still had like Vic still got some of the first songs that I've ever created when I was like 14 and shit like that. Like still got that shit on his computer and shit. Like Vic's definitely like a man. That's a real like genuine dude, like a real good dude, man. I
What do you
love Vic.
think it would take you to become an artist 100%? Like do give that full push that you were talking about.
I have to. Well, number one, I have to gain a little discipline and focus because I won't just blame it on anybody or anything but my own self. So it's like I should be more disciplined and apply myself a little more. But also it's just like being able to have my foundation around me taken care of. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have to worry about making sure everything was everything. Like
Yeah.
if music was solely taking care of me and I didn't have to do other shit, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Then I feel like you know, it would be like that
Yeah.
because it's not hard. I'm like I definitely like my even to this day I feel like my career is an alley oop for somebody who, you know what I mean? Like if you're a label or somebody who wants to invest or something like that, like it's literally like an alley oop if you catch me. And I feel like a lot of people don't, they think that I have everything together already based off of the presentation of my career. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They'll think like, oh man, he got everything. Like he got probably got a label and all that shit. It's like, nah, I kind of been doing this shit on my own for a long time, and I
Hmm.
just know how to make it look like that, even with giving 50% of my energy. So I'm like, bro, I know that if I had 100, it would be crazy. Like I
Yeah.
had a conversation when I was negotiating a deal with Capital in like 2017. They ended up offering me like $4 million for that shit as well. And it got it was declined by a third party who was the liaison between me and the label because that person wanted that person was going to get a finder's fee for putting me with the label,
Hmm.
and their finder's fee was only going to be a percentage from my initial advance. And me being a new signee, my initial advance wasn't going to be nearly as big as my next three from the next option. It went like 75,000 to like 300,000.
Yeah.
So they were like trying to argue. Um, they wanted the first advance to be higher so that they can make more money. And when they didn't do that, they declined the deal for me without me even knowing. It's kind of crazy. It's like
Yeah.
shit. Like this is the type of shit that I've had to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just like an example of like, you know what I'm saying, like the tribulations that I've had to deal with. Because if that doesn't go that way, then this conversation probably is a totally different conversation. You know what I mean? But I feel like everything happens for a reason. But yeah, the damn, I lost my train of thought because that shit always it
No,
always
no problem. I'm
it always bothered me. You think about $4 million, you be like, shit.
Yeah, yeah. But do you feel like do you look back at that would be beneficial, or do you think you would have been put through the ringer? Because I feel like that was happening to a lot of dudes back then.
I feel like
Of
once I
course,
was
the amount of $4 million is amazing, but then it's
crazy, yeah.
everything that comes with it that is like, is that worth it or not?
I feel like in I feel like all I need is an inch. So it's like if I was to be in that situation, even with um, you know, people probably not doing everything that they should do the right way around me. I know that my ability and my mind, I'm smart and I'm very good at this shit. So it's like you wouldn't really be able to stop me. Like once you know what I'm saying, once you give me an end,
Yeah.
you're not really gonna be able to stop me. It's gonna be kind of hard to like kind of hold me back. I'm pretty sure I would have made a demand, you know what I'm saying, for myself, even if there wasn't one in the beginning. If I would start to, work and put music out with a real machine, it's no stopping it.
But
That's
I think
personally.
that's kind of the beauty of what Griselda is in that way, is like they were said no to their whole lives, and now they're like Conway's 40, you know?
Yeah, no,
And
for
it's
real.
like,
They,
all
they
right, now you
definitely,
can't say no to them. Like they work so hard that you can't say no. Like
yeah,
they grinded for so long, they ate so much shit that like you can't say no. They're undisputed now.
yeah, for real. No, for real. I'm like literally looking at them, and that shit is an inspiration to see like guys that never stopped. Like they kept grinding, they never stopped, and that shit is paying off. Like
Yeah.
they they getting that big ass jewels and shit now. Like they want to be like I'm like
The
you can
crazy
tell
chains, yeah.
they getting that real money now, and I'm like that shit is inspirational because like you say, Conway's 40. You know what I mean? Like Benny is shit. What is he like 36?
Yeah, like 38, I
30,
think, right now.
yeah, I'm like he's like 38, 36, some shit like that. It's like bro, like that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like they've only been having a real run for like 3 years. In like 3 years, like that they like it's like damn, all these guys was 35 plus when they first started seeing.
Still grinding
Yeah,
heavy.
that's just crazy. Like that's why I fuck with them for like, what I'm saying, like reaching for somebody like Vic Spencer and shit and like showing him love because he's doing the same thing, And like Vic didn't get much love. Like it didn't get reciprocated like it should have. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it should have been a lot more that people, around the city should have done for a person like Vic. Even a person like me, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of shit that like it's weird in Chicago. Like I feel like a lot of people around me don't push because they know what comes behind. I feel like people don't want to push nobody who they feel like can be bigger than them at any point in time. You know what I mean? Like
It's tough getting love in your home because people remember you at the beginning and they only think about that. They don't think about everything else on top of it. They're just like, well, we were at the same place in fucking 2007, so I'm only going to think about that person in 2007. I'm not going to think about they put in work and I didn't.
Yeah, it's like like I feel like they look at me and they're like, damn, like he can be like I can be what these like labels and like what they literally dream about. Like they want a person who can touch both sides genuinely. Like everybody who goes up and gets on one side tries to get the other. Like you see Lil Durk, how he's steady trying to do songs with Morgan Wallen and shit. He want to get on the roof and raise his hands and make everybody forget that he was dissing. Yeah, 1,000 people, dead people, and shit like that. And like he trying to get the other side. He want people to be like, yeah, he
Yeah.
want people to know. But like, then you got a person. Then you got like my own homie that's like Vic, who's been on the other side, where Dirk is trying to get, but then Vic wants the respect. You know what I'm saying, from the streets and
Yeah.
shit like. But it won't happen because he's not from those. You know what I'm saying? He's not from the streets. He's, like so. It's like I am actually from the streets, but I actually did grow up kicking it with, what I'm saying, guys that skateboarded and hipsters, and like I have friends that are all ethnicities and shit that I really genuinely have real love for, and then vice versa, like Asian kids, Jewish kids, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're genuinely friends. You know what I'm saying? And we can genuinely kick it and share a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like share a conversation, and it's all genuine and it's not forced. And I can still go in my neighborhood and shit like that. And people they show respect. Like younger homies, they come around me, they show respect. You know what I'm saying? They look up to me. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I feel like being able to be on both sides, the closest thing to that in the industry is someone like Drake, who kind of, but even him, he still doesn't quite get all of the respect
Yeah.
on the street side. Like people were still kind of like, oh, he's soft. Ooh. That shit will never happen with me. You know what I'm saying? I can make fucking dance electronic song like Higher that can fucking chart in Mongolia and UK and still come back and make a song with my little homies from 757 that
Yeah.
swing
Or
guns.
like that song Boat that you put up on YouTube that you just released.
Yeah, Boat is like
Exactly.
a real life definition of that. It's like he's literally rapping on a soul sample and he's rapping like rapping at you, but the visual looks like one of these drill videos, kind
Yeah.
of. You know what I mean? It's like a calm, drill video, but he's really rapping. That's why I kind of tried to, I kind of tried to blend the contrast and kind
But
of
you
like,
talk about it with love. Like it's cool that you haven't been. I mean, I don't know your day to day what your mind goes through, but it doesn't sound like you've been deterred. Or if you have, it's you still talk about it with such passion.
yeah, no, definitely. Like, I'm never gonna like detour from like making music or like the passion that I have behind it because it's literal therapy. Like that's how and I feel like that's why a lot of my music like it sticks to people because I don't really tell lies. It's all like my real life, what I'm dealing with, how I'm feeling, and what I'm saying, what I'm trying to do, how I'm trying to grow, or the problems that I'm facing while I'm trying to grow. It's just always something real. And I feel like that's what prevails at the end of the day. Like, I'm not someone who's trying to sit there and rack their brain to make up some colorful story, you know what I mean, to like try to impress their
Yeah.
fans. It's just like I'm just literally giving therapy and just giving a person insight into my life and what I'm going through. And it's
Your
just so
projects are projects. Like it's not like
yeah,
you're just releasing a bunch of songs. You're like when you go
yeah,
back, your shit's like it's that's why I loved the intro to Mafioso is like that's a perfect way to start like okay, this is a portrait. And
yeah.
then with all your projects are like cohesive.
I always try to like make them, you know, like
Mhm.
make them flow and shit.
But there's two different artists. There's the dumpers, like the people who just dump music. It doesn't matter. Like, and I enjoy YNJ, but like he's that like type where it's like he'll just release 4 albums in a month if he really wants to. But then it's
Right.
like it's probably not gonna stand the test of time as well.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
hate that I called it because I love him, so I'm not trying to like talk shit, but you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
I can go back and listen to projects from you and from a year or so, and it's like, oh, it doesn't matter that it came out this many years
Yeah.
ago because it still sounds new today.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people on my team say. They're like, yo, like your catalog is so valuable and like it's like you really like I don't know if you did that shit on purpose, but like the fact that you never like made music within the times that you were like making the music in, it literally is a fucking blessing in disguise because like your catalog can always make money and like be expanded upon. You know what I mean? Like we can
Yeah.
always go like back and pick songs that have not been serviced the right way. You know what I mean? Like and just
Yeah.
like really push them and shit. Like it's songs from Casanova and Mafioso that like people will play. Like my business partner will play that shit for a person, like he tells me all the time, he's like, well, I just be around people, I just play that shit. And they'll think that this shit just came out. It's like, where is this at? Like, is this coming out? Is this new? And he'll be like, this shit is like almost 10 years old. He made this shit when he was like 19. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made this shit when he was 16.
But you have stuff coming, like you're working on you
Yeah.
want like you have stuff because it's been what? How many years since your last project? Like four or something? 4 or 5?
Yeah. It's been 4. Yep. Because I did the Love Stars in 2018. No, it's been actually 5. It's going on 5.
Wow.
Going on 5. It's just crazy to even think. Like, and I have so much music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just have been trying to put it out the right way and have a real push to it. And I feel like that's been it's been a little bit of a a speed bump, and I have just like decided that I'm not gonna keep waiting. You know what I'm saying? To like put it out the right way
Yeah.
because if you don't put it out, then that's the wrong way. You know what I mean? So it's like I gotta just. That's why I released both, and I'm like, let me give this to let me just give this to people so they can hear, you know what I mean, just new raps for me. And even both isn't new raps for me. Like
Yeah.
I made both in like 2019 in Australia.
Damn.
Yeah, I made both in 2019, and I was in Australia, in Melbourne. Like I made that shit in Melbourne, Australia, bro.
I've always wanted to go to Australia.
Like it's just crazy. Like, and I
That is
just put
crazy.
that shit out in 2023, and that shit sounds like, you know what I mean? People think that shit like I just recorded that shit. That
Yeah.
shit, that
Well,
shit,
that's
yeah.
why I hit you up, is because I listened to your shit, but I wanted to know, like, I wanted to know what was next. I wanted to hear what you were doing, and because I
Like,
am a fan, and it's like, oh wow, like, when I started listening to you, I didn't have a platform, but now it's like, oh, I can help. Like, I want to figure out what he's doing
look,
because
yeah,
you're an artist I'm interested in.
that shit is so dope to me, man. 'Cause I'm like, it's like it be letting me know, like I really, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I do get a little discouraged around here sometimes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it just be like little shit like this, and how you came to me. It just lets me know, like, nah, you are. You know what I mean? You are who you are, and you know, like you need to embrace and take advantage of that, and not just like let it wither away because it's not because you're spoiled. That's what it is. Like
Yeah.
we were spoiled. Like we did Conan O'Brien senior year of high school and shit with kids these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we got spoiled.
Yeah.
Like, man, we just expect shit to just be big as hell every time we
You were
do
showed
something.
the top in the beginning. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So it's like we just think everything's just supposed to be just the top and like just what I mean? It's like it don't work that way. You gotta work,
Yeah.
and you do still gotta, have an upward trajectory.
It's
Like,
funny. There's this thing in comedy that every professional comedian says, that their first set was amazing. And then they spend the next 3 years of their lives sucking, trying to get to that first set. And that's like, it's a parallel in that. It's like when you're showed the high, you just kind of want to, like, you're like, oh, it's like smoking weed. You're never going to get as high as that first time where you're like,
like,
what is this? And you hear that album.
bro, you should be like so lit. You like, man, bro, I gotta like what? Like every time I drop a song, I need 5 million plays and shit like that. Like, and you feel discouraged if it doesn't. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
like, even when like I've taken like these like fake like breaks to the world, it looks like a break. Like in my world, I didn't take a break, but to the world, it looks like I'm taking a hiatus, break, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So it's like when you do shit like that, you have to start over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are
But then it
starting.
looks like when you talk about that group chat, it looks like you have people like Vic and Chance pushing you because they're literally
Yeah,
making the
yeah,
song, like being like, come on, like we're doing this.
no, they are. I literally, I had, I had a line in the song called "Pray for It," which is like the intro. It's probably gonna be the intro to my next shit. It's like a 3 verse song and shit. But I say I say fans tell me they loving me. Gotta give them all of me. Gotta give them all of me. The team passing the ball to me, which is true. It's like I felt like they are literally like trying to pass that the ball
Yeah.
because someone has to keep this shit going. You know what I mean? Like Chance, he did his thing. You know what I mean? And now he's kind of like he's been on a coast. You know what I'm saying? Big, he did what he how his shit went. He did
Yeah.
a lot of shit and like it got in the way of his real goals and he fell behind. So, he's where he's at and people look at him the way they look at him. Then you have, you know, Joey and Kami, and it's like they're kind of comfortable where they're at. Tokyo, everybody's kind of like comfortable, and it's like we need another person to like hit that level to keep this shit alive. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like keep it like kicking, not just alive, but alive and kicking. So I feel like I'm that person out of you know what I'm saying, out of everybody because I've always had the name. I was always there with everything. Like people know my name, but I have not got or given that one big push. Like how everybody's got that, be it they little push. Tokyo
Yeah.
got his, Joey got his, Danae had his, Chance, everybody had theirs. Now I feel like people are like expecting me to, create that push.
Are you ready for that? Do you think you can give that push right now? Like, is now your time to do it?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I definitely feel like I can give that push, and it's my time because I just have so many people behind me now. Like because of the way I kicked it and would be around like Vic and Chance and them. I kind of wasn't in my neighborhood like that. And these last like 5 years, I've been kind of like in my shit heavy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So
Yeah.
now, at this point, now I have like my whole hood is like really, really riding behind me, as well as I still have the save money push. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now I can have the push from two sides. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it looks very genuine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I just feel like no one has that. And
Yeah.
no one has ever tried to push that way, where they had the hipsters and the hood at the same time and try to just take over the whole, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
city of Chicago. It's like, either you in the hood and you can't try to do that because it's somebody that's going to try to kill you, or the hipsters and the streets don't really respect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is like I kind of like got it to the point where I can still do shit and move around. It's like everybody has enemies here and there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I'm not so in the forefront to where I'm all on the internet. That's what drives these young people, internet. So yeah, you could want to be into it with me, but I'm gonna be in the back of your mind as far as the people who you really don't like the most because I'm not talking about your dead homies in my songs. I'm not
Yeah.
on the internet like going live and talking shit to you on live, like we on live with each other, like we homies talking about we gonna kill each other and shit when we see each other and shit. Like I don't do none of that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be in the back of their mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like I can still do it and it'll still be, it's still kind of safe too. You know what I mean? Like, and nothing is one sided. It's always a risk, but it's a low risk.
Yeah,
And
but it's like playing with fire, you like versus like touching the stuff. Like if you're gonna play with fire crazy, like something's gonna happen. But it doesn't mean that there's not gonna be a little bit of heat. Like
exactly.
that's always how it works.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like
But you
now,
also have the hunger. Like that's the you talking about it. It's like that's honestly all people need. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Is the hunger. Because you can have hunger and then you hit like a level where you're just complacent, but you can get that hunger back. And the hunger is the thing that got you there in the first place. Like I felt complacent for a long time where I was like, I'm good what I'm doing. But that's like, wait, no, I'm not, because this whole thing was to push, you know?
exactly. you know what you know. That's how I feel like. That's why I feel like it's it's my time as well, because a lot of just the artists in general around my city that came up around us and with us are just all, like you say, like the hunger isn't there like that
Yeah.
anymore. They're all complacent and like kind of satisfied with, you know, the money that they make off, you know what I'm saying, shit like you know, people like Saba and Mick Jenkins. Like those are like though they're you know, they have solid careers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're like they complacent, you know, they satisfied. Like they're not really trying to like overtake it there. Like, you know, they don't care about getting a Billboard
Yeah.
top 3, you
Because you
know.
create at first to at least feel comfortable or be able to get to that. And then you hit that and maybe you feel comfortable then. And you're like, I don't really want to do that work anymore. Like, I don't really want to be putting in that work anymore because I'm comfortable.
That's what I mean. Like so many people who are comfortable around here, and I'm not. Like I'm like one of. I feel like one of the only people who um who's a part of that creative crowd that still has that hunger and like I still feel like I can, you know, billboard 200 fucking 50 million view videos and shit like that and do
Yeah.
songs with Future, and like I still feel like I can be a mainstream artist. You know what I'm saying? Because I do have, because I got the talent to do so. You know what I mean? And I have the story to do so.
Yeah.
Because it's not always necessarily about the talent. Like these guys are all talented. You know what I'm saying? But it just got to make sense. Like the story has to make sense. The the look, like you gotta be marketable. Like I feel like I have all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like my story is marketable. I'm marketable. Like people will take interest into, you know, my story and shit like that. Like, you know, women don't think I look, you know, attractive. All that shit. So, you know, like I'm marketable.
When do you when is your project dropping then? When do you think it's gonna come out?
I'm gonna do um I'm gonna do 5 because I got so many songs and I've been, you know, listening to shit for a while. So I'm gonna drop 5 songs and push those as singles, and then I'm gonna drop the I'm gonna take Bad For You to all platforms because it's only on SoundCloud, and I'm gonna take that to all platforms, and then we're gonna drop the project probably in like the fall or like late summer.
Okay. When are the singles coming?
We're gonna work. We're gonna work both, and then I'm gonna put out another one um, probably in probably around my birthday, June 10th. So we'll probably put out another one around then, and then we're gonna just keep coming out after that, like probably 2 weeks apart.
Dope.
Yeah,
Dope. That's awesome. That's wicked cool. How was Australia? Was Australia dope? I've always wanted to go there.
man, that shit is so different. And where's the charger? You heard me, Logan? Hold on, let me get the charger.
Yeah, no problem.
Shit, it was right behind me the whole time.
That's like I'll be like, "Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses?" Oh fuck, they're on my face.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
Australia though, it was crazy.
Man, like
They got all those
God,
killer animals and shit. I feel like it's
that's one thing I feel like is a stereotype that's not that real. Like all of it. Like people just feel like, oh, you're gonna be walking down the street in Australia and a fucking 1 12-inch fucking long spider gonna just drop on your head and shit. It's like, nah.
Where was the coolest place you've traveled to?
Australia. Yeah, it's between Tokyo and Australia. Queensland, Australia to be exact. Queensland is just that's a beautiful place. Like the weather is just always like tropical. It's always like 80, you know what I'm saying, 90 degrees, and there's beaches everywhere. So it's like you get the breeze off the beach and shit. And it's just
Yeah.
a really, really nice place to be. Surfers paradise in Queensland, Australia, crazy. And I remember I
Interesting.
was out to eat, and like this kid, he was he was like so like thrown off that I was in Australia and shit. He was like he didn't he didn't believe that I was me, but he knew that I was me. And he was like, "Fuck, I gotta like." He didn't ask me, so like my the person I was with, her parent, like when her mom went to the bathroom, and the kid like cornered her mom like, is that Brian Fresco like with you at the table? And she's like yeah, like this is even before like the mom knows how serious like music was for me. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like that is him. And like she's like the kid was like tripping, like, oh my god, like how do you know? And asked him, I asked her a bunch of questions, like, how do you know him? Why is he here? And woo, woo. And she's like, why don't you just go ask him?
Yeah, go talk to don't corner someone. Never corner someone in a
Yeah, it's
bathroom.
like just ask him. And he's like, yeah, she's definitely was like, man, it's like weird. I was like by the bathroom, like literally cornered me. So she came back to the table with him, and she's like, yeah, he's a fan of you, and he wants a picture. I'm like, what? What? He's like, yeah, bro. Like I'm a big fan of you. Like I've been a fan of you since I was a kid. Like I love all of y'all. Save Money. You were my favorite one. Like it's crazy that you out of all the Save Money guys are here at this random restaurant in Queensland, Australia. You're like, bro. Like I thought I would like this is like a dream. Man. I didn't think I would ever like see you guys in person, like meet you guys, and the fact that you right here is crazy.
And that's crazy for
Like
you because you're on the other side of the world.
the other side of the fucking world. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
like what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like he was over tripping, and he took a picture, and he brought his girlfriend over, and she wanted a picture because he's like, yeah, like I put her on a while ago, and she loves you too. So I took a picture with his girlfriend, and then he was like, man, like it'll make. He like, I just want to smoke with you. He like, I just want to smoke with you, bro. Like I'm like, shit, I ain't got no weed out here. I'm looking for it actually. Shit, I need some. You can help me? Like, man, like, bro, I bring you some weed. Like, you don't gotta pay for it. Nothing. Like, I got you. And shit, like later on that night, he went. I feel like he drove to fucking like drove like to like I feel like 2 3 hours away to go get weed, and then drove back and shit. And pulled up on me later on that night and shit. And I smoked with him and shit. And he was like, literally, it was like he like, bro, it's like the best day of my life, bro. I get to smoke with like my favorite rapper. And we're in Queensland and we're in Australia. Like I didn't have to like travel to Chicago or none of that to like see you guys. Like he always say like, bro, I wanted to like, I want to travel to Chicago. Like I wanted to travel to Chicago. That was like one of my bucket lists. Like, that was one of the things on my bucket list to travel to Chicago and meet one of y'all and smoke with y'all. He like, I'm not in Chicago, but we in like I'm still smoking with you. Like I guess like
How is Australian weed? I got to ask.
oh man, that shit not good. I won't lie to you. That shit not good. And that shit expensive as hell because we're on the other side of the world. Like
Damn.
this shit want $300. This was back then, too. $300 an ounce. And that shit is like the drowest of dro.
Oh, I would, yeah. No. When I
Man,
was in
and
Spain, I had some of the worst weed of my life.
like, buying backwoods. You see that shit says $7.
Damn.
$7 a pack. I go across the street, they $7. I was in Australia.
Seven's a
Them
good
bitches,
price. Seven's a good price.
$50 a pack.
50?
$50 a pack. I was, and then like
In
I'm
New
out there.
York, they're like 18 now or something crazy. I just smoke papers now.
That's crazy.
I'm off backwoods. I just smoke papers.
That is crazy. They're $18 in New York.
They're crazy in New York.
That's insane. That's probably because it's probably a fucking shortage. Everybody in New York probably buying hella back.
Oh,
That's really where it
yeah.
came from, Philly and New York, that backwoods shit. If you look at state property with Benny Siegel and I fell a movie from the 90s, they're
Yeah.
smoking backwoods the whole time in the movie. Like he's literally like he told his homie to roll up and shit. It's a scene in the movie where he's like, roll up, and he shoot his homie in the hand and shit. But then he tell him to roll up after he shoot him in the hand.
But yeah,
He was acting like he didn't want to roll up.
Conway has a song "Siegel and State Property" about that. Yeah, about rolling with one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look at what he throws him when he tells him to roll up. He throws backwards at him.
That is crazy.
I'm like,
you think that's where they blew up? Like that moment is where Backwoods got famous?
I don't know if that's where they blew up, but I know for a fact that because I'm like, that's where the backwoods smoking came from.
It's like when Key Glock released Russian Cream, everyone just wanted to smoke Russian Cream.
Yeah,
that blew up just off that song.
I feel like the opioid and like lean, like that shit made backwoods popular. Like people heavier. I ain't gonna lie, it is like smoking a backwood versus smoking like a Dutch or a Swisher or something like that. That shit just doesn't.
Oh, it hits different. I don't even miss blunts. I miss backwoods. Like I miss backwoods because there was just they put something in that fucking.
Yeah, it just hit different. Like it made you.
Did you get weed in Tokyo?
No, I didn't.
Actually, I was gonna be like, how's Japanese weed?
I was scared to get weed in Tokyo.
Because it's hella dangerous. Like they're not a fan out there.
They might lock me up in Tokyo. I can't go.
Yeah, fucking.
I almost got arrested in the fucking Chinese airport.
Really?
Yeah, I was on my way to Tokyo, and I had like a 11-hour layover in Changsha, China, and I was like, shit, I want to see what the fuck is out here, like, and they wasn't trying to let me leave the airport. I'm like, bitch, I got 11 hours. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all tweaking. They was not trying to let me leave the airport. So I kind of got agitated. I'm like, bro, how the fuck y'all gonna tell me where I can and can't go?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm saying, like, y'all tweaking. Like, what the fuck? And I'm going back and forth with them, and I just started seeing hella short ass motherfucking officers, Asian officers.
Not one over 5'7" in the
Not one. I'm like, shit, y'all might kick my ass though. Y'all deep as hell. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then they so aggressive, like when he talking to me and shit, like it was only one of them that knew English. Like, so the other ones, he trying to like tell me to like go something, but he aggressive as hell, and he like shouting in Chinese, and he like trying to like, and he's touching me. So at that, like, I muffed his ass. Like, boy, get your ass off me. He just damn it fell and shit. Now they all grabbing me and shit. I'm like, bro.
Oh shit.
I'm like, bro, he tweaking. They took me into a room and shit. And like, man, they was talking about they finna lock me up for assaulting an officer. and
In
shit.
China too. You'll be fucked
So
there.
I'm like, oh shit, they was tweaking. I'm like, hell no. And then like somebody, I guess he was like the boss. He came out and then he started talking. He could speak fluent English and shit. And he seemed like an Americanized Asian.
Yeah.
So once I was talking to him, and I explained everything to him, and he was like, oh yeah, that's disrespectful. He was pushing you and shit. Like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, so we're not gonna lock you up, but your ass banned from Shangri China Airport. So I can never go back to Shangri China for,
Really?
for nothing. If I'm
Damn,
gonna
I've
get
never heard someone who's banned from.
banned from Shangri China, I can't even go there no more. So
Damn.
if
You're
I
like, I don't want
probably
to go back to this stupid airport anyway.
yeah, I'm like, bro, I don't want to go back to y'all motherfucking dirty ass airport
Were you
anyway.
able
Y'all,
to leave the airport or did you have to stay there?
no, I didn't. I was not never able to leave it. I never left the airport. They was bullshitting. Bro, they
That's
never let me leave.
crazy.
And I was mad as hell because I'm like, bro, y'all, this whole airport smell like cigarettes and shit. They literally got cigarette rooms and shit. Like they smoking cigarettes in the airport.
Yeah. It's like when you go to
And
a casino. You know how they can still smoke cigarettes inside
yeah,
casinos.
I've never seen this either. They were like literally spitting on the floor. Like we're
Ugh.
inside and you'll just see them up spit on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it'll be some old ass lady that'll come over and she's like wiping up spit off the floor. I'm like, this is the
You're
craziest shit
like,
I've
I'm never coming back to this airport,
ever
even if
seen.
I
Like, yeah,
wasn't banned. Even if
I couldn't shit. I couldn't take a shit because I went to take a shit and it wasn't bathrooms. It was like holes
oh
in
no.
the floor. They're all like squatting over holes and shit like that. And that's how they taking shits and pisses is holes. It's not even like urinals and shit. They
Oh, hell
taking
no.
shits and pisses in holes in the bathroom. I'm like, bro, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all think I'm gonna squat and take a shit in this fucking open ass room in a hole? What the
No.
type of shit y'all got going on in Shanghai, China? Yeah, y'all. I'm glad y'all banned me. Shit, I don't need to come back if I got to.
Never.
Y'all tweaking. I don't even think I could take a shit in y'all country.
You talked about all right. Are you a mushroom guy?
um, I have taken them, but
Yeah.
I'm not like a mushroom
I didn't
guy.
know if you took them in any crazy places. Like smoking in Australia is pretty cool.
Yeah. I took.
Also, your artwork's trippy as hell.
Yeah, I take pride in the art. I
Your
love.
artwork's always, that's why I wanted to ask honestly, because your
Yeah,
artwork's always trippy as hell.
I definitely love the art. I can like draw myself and
Oh,
shit.
really? Have you done any of your covers?
I helped the Infinity art cover work. I
Oh
love
shit.
that had all of the art within the art and shit. I helped
Yeah.
with that one. Yeah, and the lad like the my new cover that I'm about to use for the Walk and Roll album. I kind of helped him design that one too. It's like a picture. I made him draw a picture of
Hmm.
um, like redraw a picture. I took a picture and shit, and he like turned it into a cartoon and shit. But yeah, like I can draw a little bit. I found like some old drawings and shit that I had from when I was a kid, and I'm like, damn, this is '05. I'm still in grade school. This shit look
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, damn, still can draw. I drew some shit for my son not too long ago and shit. I'm like, yeah, I still got it.
Man, thank you so much for doing this. This is really dope talking. I really appreciate you coming
No
on.
problem, man. Same
Um,
here.
do you want to plug your stuff where people can find you?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can find me at Brian Fresco, BrianFresco, and you can search that on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you want to search it, I'm
I'll put
there.
the links below.
Yep, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at that name as well, Brian Fresco.
Dope.
Look out
Thank you,
for the
everyone, for listening.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,